From ClarkWoods.com, this is Horribly Off Topic, episode number 206. I'm Chris.
And I'm Steve.
You are making fun of me right out of the gate. Nobody could see it, but I could see it.
This is like when like that guy, like, he was like, I swear the frog dances and sings.
Which guy was that?
It was on the Warner Brothers cartoon.
Oh, the frog dances.
And the frog would be like, hello, my baby.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime girl.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy, okay.
And it became the mascot of the WB network when it was still a thing.
That was the frog.
Before it became the CW.
Right. Now, the frog, so that was Oopin. Oopin and WB merged together. They got together and had a baby, and it was the C-Dub.
I think so.
I think that's how it went. That was, I remember that was a thing for the time. I was like, wow, how are they? Why are we gonna have one less network here? This is not good.
Well, Chris, as you know, the Communications Act of 1996 that basically said one company can own all the fucking media, apparently.
Oh,
or most of the media, not all of it, because that would be a monopoly.
Oh, okay.
So two companies can own all the fucking media.
Well, so would you in that case have a king of all media?
Who?
or would it be a democracy or a dictatorship?
I think it would be more of a dictatorship, or
Okay.
well, like it would be two rival parties, both of which kind of suck, but one that sucks slightly less.
This sounds familiar. No. I don't think. I feel like that's something I heard in a fairy tale once. That the two-party system. No,
Well, two-party system.
two-party system that messed it up, and then we had a two-party system. You haven't met him yet. I forget the next words.
Is this Hamilton?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
You met. Oh, you haven't met him yet. You haven't had the chance because he's been kicking ass as the ambassador to France.
Oh my God. Like, there's. I don't know. Like just hearing you say that makes me think that I will despise Hamilton. Like
because of my great impressions.
No, it's just that people rapping like that aren't necessarily rappers. Like if you see a grandma rapping or like I love Dan Harmon, but I don't like the fact that he raps often on his podcast.
I was not aware that Dan Harmon rapped on his podcast.
He does, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Well, is it because he's a white man?
I've listened to white people rap before, and I've enjoyed
Vanilla
it.
Ice.
What?
You've listened to white people rap before, and I said Vanilla Ice.
Oh yes, and he was fantastic.
And Snow, the Informer.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
mean,
that
yes,
guy.
Yeah. He was wasn't he from another country?
I feel like he might have been South African, something like that. I don't know. He could rap very, very fast. That gentleman.
It was just him that ended apartheid.
You listen to the Eminem. Yeah, he's a white guy that raps.
It's not me being like racist,
Right. Against white people.
which you can be.
Yes.
But like it's more like it's just people that don't belong or don't have no business rapping.
Now let's set the record straight. I have no business rapping.
Okay, but like the lyrics, I don't know. It just the lyrics that you said, and it just made me think that this isn't good.
Well, I maybe didn't choose the best lyrics ever. It was just that those lyrics referred to what we were talking about. What we were talking about was the
Do they
two-party
do a little
system.
thing go like when like Aaron Burr shoots him, like they go Aaron, go Aaron.
No.
Oh, darn.
That is a missed opportunity. Lin-Manuel Miranda is on Twitter, so if you could bring yourself to log back onto Twitter for a moment to do something
I occasionally
other than
do.
post about the show, you could tweet at Lin-Manuel Miranda and say, you really should have written, go Aaron, it's your birthday.
But it's about Hamilton, though.
It's also kind of about Burr.
Is it about their friendship?
Their friendship, their rivalry? Yeah, it's about all that good stuff.
Well,
I mean, you can't have a good story without a good antagonist, Steve. I don't know if you're aware of
And
this.
Hamilton is definitely the antagonist.
Hamilton is not the antagonist in that.
I think
particular story.
from every everything I've ever read about Alexander Hamilton, he seems like a fucking asshole.
Well, he is an antagonist in the sense that he antagonizes to get what he wants and what he needs, but he is not the antagonist of the play.
Okay.
I just it's a subtle difference. This is subtle, a wee difference.
All right. I still don't like him. He was a dick to John Adams in that docuseries. Poor Paul Giamatti can't catch a break.
Yeah, well, Hamilton and Adams don't like each other. It's what it is. There's a whole part of Hamilton. There's a song, or most of a song, that was excised from the musical that is Hamilton trashing on Adams. And part of the reason that it was excised from the musical is that it went a step too far and it criticized Abigail Adams. Not just John, but Abigail. And Miranda went ahead and decided, you know what? That's a step too far. Can't criticize Abigail. You can say tons of shit about John, but not good old Abby.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, just like you could say whatever you want about Donald Trump, but Melania.
Oh,
she's fucking off limits.
You should
and
not.
Ivanka too.
Oh yeah. Well, you know.
I mean, they're all fucking gems.
They are. You know, I would say they are one of the more charming first families we've ever had. Wouldn't you say that, Steve?
Of course, I can't even fucking fake saying it. Fuck that person and fuck that family.
What about Barron Trump?
He's a kid, whatever. Like, maybe, just maybe, he might turn out okay.
When do we get to
He might just be like, I hate my family. I'm going to be a nice person.
When do we get to hate Barron Trump? Like, what's this statute of limitations? Like he hits 11 and he's officially...
You could officially hate him now because he does have that dreaded last name.
Okay.
But you could wait it out because he might be like... He might be an angsty teen and be like, I'm rebelling against all this.
Okay.
And I'm a Democrat.
What if he's an angsty teen, but then he comes around again? I mean, I feel like W. Bush was an angsty teen, and he was then born again, and he came back to the family fold. I'm just saying.
Well, you never know what's going to happen with these kids. So, you know, he could be like, lock him up.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was mentioning the age of 11 because maybe it's like the Wizarding World, and in Trump world, you either become an asshole at age 11 or you don't become an asshole. That's when you get the letter from, I don't know, it's not an owl. What would you get the letter from? You get a letter saying you're an asshole, you're not an asshole. I guess you get that letter from...
I think it's just like it's sort of like a bat, but it has it's like a butthole. It is an asshole, but it has like bat wings.
Bat wings. I like this. And
it just flies over to you and farts in your face.
Now, are the bat wings the same color flesh as the asshole, or are they just sort of like midnight black, like bat wings?
It's like a flesh colored butt.
Okay,
but it's regular like pitch black bat wings.
Okay. Now, are the bat-winged assholes, are these subservient to man in the same way that the house elves are subservient to the wizards in the wizarding world?
Well, I imagine like they're like with most animals that they are there's some that are wild and some that have been tamed.
So some have been domesticated.
Yeah, domesticated farting bats. Fart bats.
Domesticated fart bats. I like that. That's a contender. I feel like it's pretty soon that we get to decide whether or not we hate him. I feel like
I'm gonna reserve judgment on Barron Trump.
Okay.
Well, let's not talk about these fucking people anymore.
Okay, we can talk about a charming family that I spent some time with this weekend, the Robin family.
The Robin family.
The Robin family of the 100-Acre Wood.
Wait, so that's what it's like Winnie the Pooh Robin?
Well, yes, he's got nipples on his bat suit.
Bother.
could see nipples through the red shirt. It's a real classy move by Disney. No, so I went and saw the movie Christopher
Chicks
Robin.
dig the car. Chris.
The poo card. Never leave home without it.
That fucking movie. Like, which one was that? Batman and Robin?
I think that was the last one, whatever the last one was. I think it was Batman and Robin, yeah.
Wow. How the first
How
two...
did this get made? Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they did an episode of Batman and Robin. And I'm sure Jason Mantzoukas was very loud and opinionated about it.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I've listened to that. I haven't listened in a long time, but like a lot of what he does is just say the things that are happening in the movie in a loud way. And it's pretty funny.
So he's narrating for the hearing impaired.
It's not like they put the movie on and do a commentary.
Oh,
over
okay.
It.
So it's
they
not
watch
a full,
the movie and then they talk about it.
So
I mean, he
like
does do other things. He does
like
make other funny observations and whatnot. But a lot of it is him just being like, "Fucking Batman."
I wonder what he would say about Christopher Robin. Fucking Eeyore.
So okay, Christopher Robin is the name of the movie.
It's the name of the movie, and it is the name of the lead character played by Ewan McGregor as an old man, and by some younger actor as a young man. I did not catch the young Christopher Robin actor's name.
So is it like about like the life of A.A. Milne or whatever?
No, it does the sort of but I think in a better way the hook thing where we see a grown-up version of a character that we only ever saw as a young lad. So we see Christopher Robin's kind of going away party at the beginning of the movie because he's going to be sent off to boarding school, and he has to say goodbye to all of his friends in the 100-acre wood. And then we get this really nice montage in the sort of tradition of Up. Not quite as sad as Up.
So basically, everybody in his life dies, and he's sitting all alone in a house.
No,
and he decides to put balloons in the top of it and float away with a small Asian boy and a dog that talks.
There's not a dog that talks, but there's a lot of other talking animals. Yes, I said not quite as sad as that. No, so he has a death in the family. He goes off to fight in World War II. He marries Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter?
Yeah, the woman. What's her name? Oh my gosh. I can't remember the actor, her name.
Reese Witherspoon?
Shit. No, the woman who played Agent Carter on TV and in the Captain America movies. But I can't remember her name. At any rate,
she looked like Carmen Sandiego.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? So then we come back, and of course Christopher Robin's got a soul-sucking job at as the efficiency manager for a luggage corporation, and he is not given a lot of time and does not give himself much time to spend with his family. His family is sad that he's not around, and then out of the tree comes Winnie the Pooh, and Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin reconnect. And then they have to go on an adventure to save all of the other creatures. And once they do that, all of the
spoilers. Sorry, kids.
I'm sorry. Yes, all of the friends from the 100-acre wood decide, well, Christopher Robin's always helped us. We got to help him now. And so they help him, and it's a nice, heartfelt, warm family movie for the middle of this nice warm summer.
So yeah, I mean, you went into a place that was air conditioned.
I did indeed. I did not go to a drive-through. Drive-in.
Drive-through, like, could I get one Christopher Robin and a Diet Coke?
Yeah, and you got to watch the entire thing in just the span of time it takes you to get through the drive-through. Which I've got to say,
sometimes takes an hour and a half. Am I right? Fast food, maybe slow food is more like it.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Steve.
It must have been while you were kissing me. When it was said it's true, I was just about to say I love you. Why do you like that fucking shit.
I don't. I have a fondness for it from childhood. I think that's what it is. I do appreciate the artistry of Mr. Loaf and Mr. Steinman, his principal songwriter. I do appreciate their not camaraderie, their collaborations.
There was a guy with the last name Steinman that went to my high school, and I think
you mean my high school?
Well, he was in my class.
Oh, he was in my high school.
Okay, our high school.
Okay,
and
his last name was Steinman.
I think his dad was a gynecologist.
That's the best kind of dad to have.
Yeah, what a pussy doctor.
I don't know why I said that.
You could be if you were a cat gynecologist.
Oh. What do you think that is a specialty? I mean, I know that we've got veterinarians, but is cat gynecology and
I'm sure like when you go to veterinary med school that you have to pick like
which area of the cat.
Well, no, which area of one specific animal that you're going to specialize in.
Yeah. But so say you do that, right? So you're not just a cat gynecologist, you're just an animal gynecologist. I mean, what if what you signed up for was the tiny little organs of the female cat, but then you get called out to a fucking farm somewhere and you got to deal with a fucking cow and all that business.
Or some horse pussy.
Oh, man. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if
winky dinky filly?
I mean, I would think I would not want to specialize in I would want to specialize in one animal and one particular part of that animal. But no, you know what? The veterinarians, they're the heroes of our society. They deal with all sorts of animals.
Yes.
They do. They might have to deal with a puppy dog and then a kitty cat and then a gerbil.
I think that, I think the hedgehog neurologists are the heroes of our time.
You think so? Why? What is it about hedgehog neurology?
Well, they got to figure out how much brain power it takes to spin around really fast.
Do you think that a hedgehog neurologist has ever found reason to believe that Sonic was a feasible scientific reality?
Well, I don't think a fox could use his double tails to fly around.
Mm.
And what is an echidna, anyways?
I don't know. Which one is the echidna? That's
what was it? Knuckles.
Knuckles.
He was a proctologist.
I bet he was. How did we get so horribly off topic, Steve?
I don't know.
Oh, Christopher Robin. We were talking about Christopher Robin.
You would recommend it for if it's 90, almost 100 degrees outside, and you want to take your children, which are probably cranky, into an air-conditioned environment.
I
would say this is a movie to show them.
I think this would be the movie to show them. I think maybe Mission Impossible might be a little too much for the youngins, and this is a nice.
I've actually I'm not super into action films anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in my. I'm not the demographic, I suppose. I
Right.
think that's the what is it? 13 to 25, I think is the...
You've long since aged out of that.
I give no shits about Fast or Furious movies.
If you give no shits, you should talk to Knuckles.
No, it's not that I don't take any shits.
Oh, okay.
It's just that I don't give them away.
Can we...
Why am I calling taking a shit when you're fucking leaving it? No.
All right, so we won't go there. No, so action movies, Mission Impossible. What were you going to say?
I've heard good things. A lot of people that have seen it that I've known, that I still know, say it's good.
I watched an episode of Lessons from the Screenplay on the YouTube, and he was talking about Not this most recent Mission Impossible. He's talking about the first one and then a recent one, and analyzing the scripts as you would do on a show called Lessons from the Screenplay. And it was quite good. It made me want to go and revisit those films. I have not seen any of them except for the very first one.
I saw the first one, and I think I saw like, how many are there? Which one is this?
There's too many. There's always too
I
many.
mean, it's been going on since I was in high school. I think that's when the first one came out. I think you had already graduated.
Yeah, I think it was that. It was like 95, 96.
So
somewhere
fucking
in there.
20 years of these fucking movies.
Yeah, it's
And it's like, it's not like James Bond where like they changed actors because one of them got too old.
No.
They're using the same fucking guy.
Yeah. You know the stat I've heard people bring up, and I'm gonna get it wrong. So forgive me.
Get it wrong.
I'm gonna get it wrong. Forgive me, or write me an email about how a real New Warriors fan would know this for sure. Wilford Brimley
And his
was
mustache?
younger than Tom Cruise when he was in some movie where he looked very old and Wilford Brimley-like.
And he was in
like some classic 80s movie.
He was in The Thing, the one that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago.
I don't feel like it was that. I feel like it was like Close Encounters, or it was like The Hive, or like the Cocoon, or something about old people. And Wilford Brimley was younger then than Tom Cruise is now, and that boggles the brain.
I mean, that's Scientology. It keeps you fucking young. I could say that.
I guess so. They were in a movie together, Wilford Brimley and Tom Cruise.
Cocktail?
No, The Firm. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was another one, but The Firm is the one.
Yes, he was one of the Wilford Brimley was one of the patrons at the cocktail bar that loved watching Tom Cruise do his sexy like drink.
I think if they redid it today, he might be. Oh, although he's probably dead, Wilford Brimley.
I don't know. My phone is charging.
Yeah, no. I mean, and I'm not on your Wi-Fi. So, Wilford.
As
Brimley,
many times as I've asked you, just go and get that fucking thing and type in the fucking password.
And I could get my phone out. Let's see, Wilford Brimley. Hey Siri, is Wilford Brimley alive?
Wilford Brimley was born September 27th, 1934, and is 83 years old.
He is alive.
He's alive.
And
wow.
He's taking his diabetes medicine.
Diabetes. 83 years old.
Yeah, she did not say he died. So
no, he's
like if you have him in celebrity death pool.
Yeah, you have him in the.
You could still win because he's not already dead.
He's not already dead. That's
he's younger than I thought he would be.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I thought he was back when he was on whatever 80s dramedy or drama he was on.
Picket Fences?
No, it was another one. It was I don't know if it was the one with Corky or if it was
was Life Goes On a dramedy?
No, it was like it was a drama, right? I don't know. Let's find
Northern
out.
Exposure?
I am not aware, Steve. I am trying to find out about the career of Mr. Wilford
Mustache Brimley.
Wilford Mustache Brimley. It would be nice to know what show it was that he was on there, Steve.
I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of things that he might have been on.
Okay, so Cocoon was the one I was trying to think of that he
which was the one where he was younger than
it was 1985 and he was younger than Tom Cruise
is now being a super action star still.
Yes, yeah. So let's see. He was in Seinfeld in one episode in 1997 as Postmaster General Henry Atkins. I
think that might have been one of the final episodes.
Oh, it could have been. He was in Homicide: Life on the Street.
Go back earlier than the 90s.
I'm going back. Let's see.
At least list one of them.
Oh, he was in Ewoks: The Battle for Endor.
What the fuck was that?
I think it was probably a TV movie or something.
Oh yeah, I think we had that on tape.
I cannot find this show that I was thinking he was on. Well, this is interesting. Okay.
What the fuck was he? One of the Ewoks?
No, in that one he was Noah Brequalon.
Obviously, Noah.
I mean,
why didn't they bring that? Why didn't fucking J.J. Abrams bring that fucking character back?
Okay, here's what it was called. It was called Our House, and oh yes, okay, now I remember. So
Was it like a clock, and it was in the shape of a house, and it was our house?
No, it was not. It ran for 46 episodes,
1 hour apiece,
and it starred Wilford Brimley, Deidre Hall. Do you know who Deidre Hall is?
No.
Okay, Deidre Hall played Marlena on Days of Our Lives, and so when she left that show, which my mom watched religiously, that soap opera, she went on to this. She left it briefly, I think, and she went on to this show that ran in prime time. That show also featured Shannon Doherty.
Oh.
And Chad Allen.
Who the fuck is Chad Allen?
Chad Allen. I feel like I know Chad Allen from something, but he was on Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
Oh.
He played the voice of Charlie Brown in some things. He was on Dexter, I guess, at some point.
Wow. Is this okay? Is it like
I think
I'm sitting back a little bit.
You're sitting back. You're taking advantage of the fact that
my back was hurting from hunching over.
We're on a new set of microphones, Steve. I don't know if everyone could tell at this point, but I hope they could.
Yeah, they're going to hear it crackle every once in a while when I move.
It hasn't been that bad.
Wow, cool.
I got to say, I have not heard. It's not bad.
Maybe the air conditioner will cover up the crackle.
No, the thing is you can hardly hear I can't hear the air conditioner at all.
You still eat candy, Chris. What do you think about a crackle?
A crackle. I think a crackle. So I love Hershey. Let's get that out there. I love most Hershey products, but a crackle is a very pale imitation of a Crunch Bar.
So you're going to go with Nestle on this one?
On a Crunch Bar, I'm going to go with Nestle. Yeah. I think Crackle is the inferior brand there. Now, a Crackle. See, even Crackle in like the little miniature ones that you can get at like Christmas or Easter or Halloween.
Any fucking
holiday.
You can get it year round.
Right. Even those are, if they were just a smidge thicker, I think they might be okay.
You ever try to make your own? Make your own Crackle. Get a little bit of Rice Krispies and make your own chocolates.
You know what? I never did try that. Have you tried that?
No, but I might have just put an idea in Becky's head.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could do it. You could do like a why can't I remember the diet, the lifestyle, what she could do it, but it.
Oh, actually, no,
sugar.
we couldn't because we couldn't have Rice Krispies.
Okay. Well, there you go.
We can't even have that, Chris.
Okay.
So, we found our way around like making treats here and there,
right?
But like.
Yeah.
That would be
keto.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to think of.
So you mentioned Hook earlier when you were talking about Christopher Robin.
I did.
And I had never seen it. I didn't see it when it came out.
The devil, you say.
I didn't. I really didn't. And I didn't see it until like I think we were back at the old place like before we moved here.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was the first time I'd seen it, and it was okay.
So you didn't hate it?
I didn't despise it. Well, no, I didn't like it necessarily, but I also didn't hate it. So I was pretty indifferent to it. Mm-hmm. I'd watch it again if it was on, but it's not something that I choose to watch, I think.
I kind of feel the same way about it. I don't hate it.
This is something Becky will wholeheartedly disagree with me on, and that's okay. Like,
so she's on the like it or the hate it.
But she's younger than me, so she probably saw it at a more she definitely saw it at a more formative age,
right?
And so there's definitely the nostalgia factor. There's definitely movies that I saw when I was a kid that are fucking garbage. that I'll love till the end of time.
For instance,
like Ernest Goes to Camp.
Okay,
that movie's not good.
Yeah,
but I saw it like when I was like 9 or 10 years old.
Right,
and I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
See, I don't have anything that innocent. Like when I think of a shitty movie that I like from when I saw like 10 or 11 years old, it's The Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox, which is not a movie I should have seen at 10 or 11 years old. But there was not a lot of supervision sometimes with cable around the house, and so
and you guys watched all the porno.
Not at 10 or 11.
Not quite yet.
Yeah, but we did see
12
stuff
and 13.
We did see stuff like that. We probably saw Animal House too young, stuff like. But I don't feel like
my dad taped Animal House off of TBS, and like I remember watching it and being like, there was certain parts where I just didn't understand what was happening because they had to cut out what was happening. Like that part where he like friggin' like the girl passes out in his room.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Well, what did they? So did they cut right? Where did they cut to? And do you remember where they cut around that scene?
I think they just cut right before he like. I don't even remember.
So, I'm
like I don't know why they even had like that scene at all because like the little angel and the devil are both saying "fuck her." I think was the
they are. Yep, as I recall. I had that movie for a very long time. In fact, I still had a digital copy of that movie until yesterday. I think
until yesterday. Did you get rid of it because you didn't want the kids to accidentally watch it?
It hadn't been available anywhere where they could watch it. If not ever, in a very long time. And no, I kind of got rid of it because I just felt like I'm never going to watch this again. And it's just not a... There's so many things wrong. It is what they would call today a problematic movie.
Yeah, just like Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah. But there's... I mean, it's child molestation happens in that movie. And it's not funny. I mean, it is, but it's not. And so I don't know. I don't feel like that's even one that, you know, I was talking to someone recently, maybe it was even on the show with you, about how Warner Brothers will own up to, I think it was when we were talking about James Gunn. Warner Brothers will own up to the cultural context of their old cartoons. So like their old cartoons are available, but they're all prefaced with
like, yeah, this was a time.
Right.
Like when Bugs Bunny. Well, I don't even know if they've ever released the ones where he was like against the Japanese in World War II.
They might not have, no, but
like there are ones like, you know, when like from that era, that,
right?
You know, they're sort of rallying the troops against the Nazis, which is something cartoons should still do.
It would be nice if they did that. You know who's doing their best is a number of media companies today decided to boot Alex Jones and his particular brand of Nazis off of their platforms. It was started with Apple, and then they removed Alex Jones and InfoWars off of their Apple Podcasts app, and then Twitter and Facebook came along, did the same sort of thing, and then YouTube came along finally to round out the day.
Round it all off.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm saying that Alex Jones is a Nazi, but you know,
I mean,
he's probably not much better than
like if it smells like Nazi. There's a good chance.
Yeah, well, you know.
But I'm not saying he is.
No, I'd never. I would never. Yeah.
Like I don't like him. I think he's like I remember him like he used to call into Opie and Anthony back in the day.
Oh, really?
And even back then, like before he had as much of a platform as he has now.
Yeah.
Like they were like even Anthony, who is well known for being very right wing.
Yeah.
Was like, who the fuck is this kook? And
right.
And so it was just like, ugh.
I think I've talked about this before, but my sister-in-law's ex-husband, I was gonna say ex-brother-in-law, but my sister-in-law's ex-husband, he was the first person I ever knew that was super into Alex Jones. And this was way long time ago. But he totally bought into like the New World Order and all of these things that Alex Jones would talk about. And I would sort of sit there and listen. I think he could tell that I was just listening because we were friends. But you know, I don't think it's any coincidence. Well, it is a coincidence that that guy went on to be jailed for possession of child pornography. So
he did.
Yeah.
Is that why everybody pulled them?
No. Sorry, my sister-in-law's ex-husband.
Oh, I was like,
yeah.
As much as I don't like Alex Jones, I don't think he did that.
No, but you know, I should have. I don't know. Not that I'm trying to equate Alex Jones with kiddie porn, but when I look back at the long history of my relationship with that particular individual, my sister-in-law's ex, I see moments like that where he was super into Alex Jones, and I go, there's something wrong with this guy.
There's some sort of neural pathway that's not connecting correctly, and so
Yeah.
therefore,
Yeah.
the error in judgment could go to more than one place, maybe.
Right. Yeah. And so yeah, and then eventually it did.
So like I mean, this isn't a free speech issue.
No, because
Because
these are,
this is platforms that he put his shit on that don't want his shit on there.
right.
And that's they're completely within their rights to not have shitty material on their websites.
Right.
He still has InfoWars or whatever fucking website he has.
Yeah.
And people could still go to it
And buy his powders.
buy his freaking nutrition powder or whatever the fuck he tries to sell.
Yeah.
It's weird to me that like he's like preaching this new world order, and it's that like the liberals are the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That like and all the things that he's saying
Yeah.
like are creating a sort of he's creating the things that he's trying to stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like our country
Mm-hmm.
has definitely become way more fascist
Yeah.
since 2016. Something happened around there. I
It's
can't remember
something-
what.
Yeah, it's very very vague in
and-
my
and-
brain. It's cloudy.
And like he was a novelty act until I think Sandy Hook.
Yeah.
That was when I was just like, this guy's a fucking asshole.
Yeah. And I
Like
think
I'm
that-
like, you could spew your conspiracy nonsense
Mm-hmm.
until you're blue in the face, and I'll be okay with it. But like the moment you start fucking like calling like the parents of dead children like saying that they're faking it,
Right.
it like then you have zero respect for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
I mean, I think that is one of the. That and just in general, his in the program and I don't know, is InfoWars a program or a network, but whatever, their violation of hate speech guidelines on these platforms is why he got booted. So they have specific guidelines around hate speech, and they finally decided to do something about it. But I sense that you're a little conflicted about it.
Well, no, I mean the conflicted part is that like what if YouTube went the other way and like snuffed out a liberal voice or something like that? Like what if we were on there and we said something like it goes back to the James Gunn thing,
Right.
Like what if like you decided to put some episodes up with like that terrible photo that we had when we had for the original logo with like the one that Matt doctored to look like I had a penis nose or something.
Right.
He put that up or something like that, and
Yeah.
then some fucking like Cernovich or whatever
Yeah.
comes along and says, well, these guys said something that offended me and my sensibilities and blah
Right.
blah blah, hate speech, and then we get pulled too. So
I mean,
not that we're on there, like
Right.
like the website that we're on is yours.
right. I mean, that we could get pulled from Apple.
From Apple,
Podcasts,
yes, we could.
We could, get assaulted on Twitter for stuff like that. If they wanted to attack us for promoting the podcast on Twitter. Neither of us are on Facebook, so they don't need to kick us off there.
Yeah, I mean, and I think more and more people are jumping ship from there. So I don't think there might be too many left to promote.
Yeah. Well, I hope that that is true. I get the sense that some of my friends are still active over there. I had a friend. A friend of a friend was looking for help with something, and my friend wrote to me and it was like, "Oh, this person's looking for such and such on Facebook," and I ended up having to say no because I'm already overbooked. But it sounds like there's still some people over there. I just
See,
I don't know.
I mean, it is useful. I understand that it's useful
Right.
for getting people together.
Yeah.
That's like, I think, the only thing that it's actually good for. Like if you're having a party or
Right.
if like, you're trying to promote something or
Yeah.
like a show, like when I was doing the stand-up, which
Right.
didn't fucking work so well.
No, because by the point that you were trying to promote stand-up and I was trying to promote shows that I was in, the algorithm had went through so many iterations of trying to say, nope, we're not going to show this to anybody unless you pay, or we're not going to show this to anybody unless it gets shared like 5 times in the first 5. Who knows how the fuck their algorithm works? And it was just all bullshit. There was a great article I read. Well, to be honest, I skimmed some of it. But
I swear I read the title.
No, but it's a very good article about how everything that's wrong with Facebook is essentially wrong for the same reason, and it's that they value the relationship above the people in that relationship, because it's the relationship between people that they can monetize and they can do something about. They don't really give 2 shits about one individual person. It's all about the connections.
And that's probably why I found it to be like an excessively depressing environment when I was on it.
Well, and people feel the same way about Twitter. One of the guys that I love on Twitter, Merlin Mann, whose podcast I listen to.
Your boyfriend.
He at the end of the most recent after show of his show, Dubai
Is that the
Friday.
hot dog guy?
That's Hot Dogs Ladies. Yeah, he said he had taken Twitter off his. Well, he said he deleted Twitter, which I imagine meant he deleted it off his phone. I went and checked, and lo and behold, he hasn't tweeted in like a week to 10 days. I see people, especially Selma Blair, who was friends with James Gunn, came out and who came out as part of the Me Too movement, or maybe before. She basically stood up and talked about one of the people that had abused her. Thanks to encouragement from James Gunn and another director that she knew, she came out in support of James Gunn and then got the whole backlash, and she's just like, peace out, you can find me on Instagram. And I think,
are people less shitty on Instagram?
I think people
all I ever see on Instagram is puppies, but that's
yeah.
only because like Becky made me one so she could tag me and stuff.
People are less shitty on Instagram, but people are less shitty on Instagram and on YouTube on YouTube as long as you avoid the comments.
Yeah, don't ever go.
Don't in the comments. But I think in general they're both places where people are less shitty. But the problem is, I just did a video for my EC40 series about this.
UB40.
The problem.
UB40.
I am 40. I be 40. No, so the problem is that on Instagram, if you follow the wrong set of people, you can start to
go into an Alex Jones rabbit hole.
No, you can set like this really bad, especially physically. I worry about my daughter. She keeps asking, when can I have an Instagram? When can I have a this and a that? Technically she can have an Instagram at 13. So in March she'll be able to. She'll be legally able to set up an Instagram, and I don't know if I want her to, because the body image things that you can get into, certainly it works for me. Like I see a built guy, or along with a.
So you mostly follow built guys?
No, but for instance, I follow a wedding photographer channel called
Built Guys. No. Super hot dudes.
I think it's like Dirty Boots and Messy Hair.
Oh yeah.
And it's usually I don't think I've ever seen a homosexual couple. So it's heterosexual couples. They're both always very attractive.
You've never seen a homosexual couple in your life? I've seen plenty, and they're nice. At least the ones that I know.
On this channel, okay, it's all heterosexual couples. They're all very attractive, and I think you can fall into the habit of following very attractive people or very successful people, or people with a lot of stuff that you want on Instagram and on YouTube, and it can make you feel bad about yourself if you're not careful.
So what you should just fuck all that shit, and then just follow puppies.
Follow puppies. Yeah, I mean, I just have a Beagles account that I follow. So I should look at...
Just one beagle?
It's like Beagle Lovers Photos or something like
just
that.
Just get a couple different breeds of different kind of puppies, and then you'll get a nice, like, mix of.
Okay.
We watched one. It was a little corgi,
Mm-hmm.
and he had the little thing, the door stoppers that go like.
Yes.
Like he was flipping out at that thing, and he was just like barking. He was like.
He's
Those
batting it with the
those
paw,
teeny
or
little
with his,
paws,
was he trying to eat it?
He was occasionally trying to bite it, but he was
Okay.
hitting it with his paw, and it was doing it again, and it was freaking out every time. It was fun.
I should look at. So, do you have an account, or is it just that Becky has an account? And
Becky
you look at
had.
Becky's
I don't have it on my phone. I don't have
Okay.
Instagram on my phone, but I do. Like she made me an account.
That's that's puppies.
Yeah. And
All right,
then
so I
it's,
should
like,
ask
it's linked
you-
to my Twitter, so when she tags me, it like shows up on my Twitter.
Okay. I should ask you afterwards what it is, so I can go follow the puppy accounts that she set up for you to follow.
Okay. Well,
That-
no, it's Tuesday's loser.
Oh, okay. All right. So I just go.
So
over
when she
there.
tags me in that, it tags me in Twitter because it's the same name.
Got it. Okay, so I can go over there and find me some more puppies.
One of the bonuses of having that as my screen name for fucking everything is that no one fucking like except for like Dan or Will or Paul,
Right.
Like
No one
or
has
John
or
or
think
your
of it.
brother, like nobody would give a shit about New Sweetheart stuff except for them.
Well, see, that's the problem with E. Christopher
Or Garen.
Clark. When me and the guidance counselor came up with that back in middle school, we didn't think about username limits. So I can't be E. Christopher Clark in most places. I can be E. Christopher Clar or E. Christopher Cla.
Could be E. Chris Clark.
Yeah, but that's not my name. E. Chris Clark sounds yuck. E. C. Clark maybe. Chris Clark, sure.
Just call yourself. My name is Earl.
My name is Earl. That's probably taken. That was probably. I don't know. I wonder if
think,
that show was on when Twitter was still on when Twitter was a thing.
I don't know.
That's
when did Twitter start?
Twitter started in
2007?
2007. No, 2006. I joined in 2007, so it was about a year old, or just shy of a year old when I joined.
Wow. Getting in on the ground floor.
I like them young. Now I could be fired for that.
See, that was a joke, folks.
That was a joke. I do like to get started with social networks. But I think it's symptomatic of my. I don't know. I've not been diagnosed.
Were you on Friendster?
I was on Friendster for a little while. Not early on, but I was on Friendster like in the period between MySpace and when non-college students could get on Facebook. That's when I was on Friendster.
I think I lost a bet one time in college because I was very against social networks, and I lost a bet, and my friends made me join MySpace.
How'd that go?
I think it still exists somewhere. I don't know what my fucking login is.
See, I deleted my MySpace at some
I
point.
deleted it, like everything that was on it, but like
No, I full on like delete. I found the steps to totally delete the account.
Okay,
mine
so
doesn't- mine does
I
not
didn't do
exist.
that, but like it still exists somewhere.
There were people that it's funny with each social network. There were people that I connected with every time, and then there were people who I connected with on MySpace. I regretted it, and then I moved over to Facebook, and then they never followed me, and I was thankful. And now that I've moved on from Facebook, there are a lot of people that I'm sort of thankful that I don't have to interact with on a daily basis. But there's a lot of people
Well,
that I miss.
you don't have to interact with anybody. Like if someone posts a picture like, "Oh, I love this ice cream cone," you don't have to say anything.
I know that I don't. But
I'm only
I
saying
have
these microphones kind of look like ice cream cones,
nice. Yeah, they kind of do, like a chocolate,
like a licorice.
like a black licorice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have an
Anise.
I think I have an internet addiction. Honestly, I think that's one of the things that I've come to the realization about over the years.
No,
is,
what you got to do is replace it with another addiction.
like what?
Obviously, heroin.
Well, I don't. I think I'm very happy to not really be a drinker. I will still drink at family things if somebody wants to do a round of shots or something like that. But I'm kind of done with drinking. I never did drugs. I never
What
smoked.
do you do?
I don't. I think the internet is my addiction. That and soda.
Like get a better addiction.
But like an addiction to what? I mean, I don't want to have any addictions. I kind of want to be a non.
No, but if you feel that
non-addict.
you have like an addictive personality,
Mhm.
which it seems like you do,
Yes.
then you need to put that focus into something, or else
Right.
it's going to become unhealthy.
Yeah.
So you need to find something that you know is healthy to just focus on and do.
Well, that's why I've been trying, and I'm missing it. I'm missing it tonight. I've been trying to sit with my family. We've been doing reading every night this summer. I'm trying to get back into that.
Do you want
as
me to
my
read
addiction.
to you?
No,
Will that
no,
help?
that's okay. No. Yeah, no. I don't think that the internet addiction, if in fact I do have one, is the worst thing. It's just I need to channel it into positive avenues. Like, I think Instagram does make me happy. I will go through periods where I take it off the phone or I take it, I don't look at it at all, but it makes me happy. Even if I don't have enough puppies in my life, there are other things on there that I like. And Twitter doesn't necessarily make me happy, but I don't check it as often as I used to. I don't have. I guess I do have it on my phone, but I don't. I don't sort of obsessively look at it. I don't know. YouTube is my latest sort of addiction.
I'll sit here and play Treasure Cruise and watch YouTube videos when Becky's not around.
Yeah. I don't know. My problem.
I think everybody, like, nowadays, like, because I think these were shower thoughts, but I was like thinking back to like the year I graduated, and I'm like, I didn't even get my pager until like I think my birthday the next year. Like was it my 19th birthday, or maybe I think it was my 19th birthday that I got my pager around that time.
Yeah.
My old number 321-2313.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and that's when we got when we figured out the pager code for Steve's an idiot is 147.
I remember that. I remember that.
We did bring that up on the show before, but but that was like people could get a hold of me. Like,
right.
It's not like I mean this was, and then I would find a payphone or find or just if I was at somebody's house and call the person that paged me and be like, hey, what's going on? What do you want to do? Blah blah blah. So that was a way to interact with folks, but it wasn't like something that I was like could possibly be addicted to.
Right.
As far as technology goes, I mean, like, and I remember like being able to sit down with a video game and play it from start to finish and not like feel like I had like 6 other games sitting in the wings, or in some cases now hundreds of games that I like. That I like. I'm almost done my fucking Lego game. I've got like 86% done there.
Which Lego game?
Lego City one.
Okay.
And like, so I have like progress in, but like back then, like I think I had just gotten my PlayStation and I had like the N64 still before I sold it to go on a trip with Will and this other guy Eric to Montreal.
You sold the
N64.
N64. Yeah. Was it worth it?
I'm kind of regretting it. like that's the only like classic, and it's weird to say classic system, but it is over 20 years old.
Yeah.
Classic system that I don't have as far as Nintendo goes.
Right.
Until they come out with the Super NES Classic, and I put it in the small stack over there with the other two.
That'll be the day.
But it's just like, I don't know. It wasn't as stressful
when you didn't have a phone.
When you didn't have the phone, like to like Treasure Cruise and have endless stamina for the last fucking week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a whole thing to be said there about the way in which game manufacturers on mobile platforms have tapped into the latent love of gambling in everybody. I wonder whether my mom or my wife have any idea how much money they spend on Candy Crush Saga on a weekly basis.
Weekly.
I mean, my mom will get gift cards. So she must have some idea. When Stephanie spends money on it, I see the receipt and it just goes to our
See, like,
goes to our card. And so, yeah, I mean, I know that Treasure Cruise is not charging you anything.
it's
right?
free to play,
Right.
but I can pay if I want to. I
Right.
did, I think, once.
Yeah. But that sort of, I mean, even
But
games,
once in 3 years, I think, is a good record.
yeah, but even games that I love, like Threes was a game that I loved for a very long time. It is the sort of thing that's very slot machine like. Even if it doesn't cost a quarter to play it, it's the sort of very simple game that you want to keep trying to win, and you keep trying to win, and you keep trying to win. I don't know. Maybe that's not gambling. There's something that I feel like they're tapping into. I don't know if you remember, my family used to have those like handheld LCD games that would sit in like a basket
like-
on the.
Like poker or whatever.
Yeah, it was like poker or something like that. And they used to have those sitting in baskets around the living room.
It's
and
better than the Tiger Electronics.
yes, maybe a step above that. But I feel like we are now in an era where we've got that in our pocket all the time, and
it's like we're gambling for nothing.
yeah, we're gambling our life away.
Yeah, well, that like our time and our money in some circumstances. Like for me, like, you know, I'm like
For me.
I'm an eternal cheapskate. So therefore, heaven forbid I pay like even for like
Even the $10 for Super Mario Run.
yeah,
you never did
I,
that,
I
right?
think I'm done actually. I think I'm doing a clearinghouse on the games that I have on my phone, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of most of the Nintendo ones. I'm keeping Pokemon Go around because of the new Pokemon game coming out for the Switch, which you can
Right.
transfer your Pokemon from
Oh, okay.
Pokemon Go into that game. So
Okay. I try to trim them back every once in a while. I think I just have one on my home screen, and then the rest are tucked away. Alto's Odyssey, which is my...
I mean, the other like ones that I actually paid money for, like I think I bought like Dragon Quest IV and some other things, and I'm like, why did I buy these on a fucking phone? Like it's not like those are games that are meant to play with a controller, and like the interface is just not good for it. And
Yeah, like I saw in the Mac App Store the other day, Lego Marvel Superheroes 2, and
just need a controller.
What's that?
You need a controller.
Yeah, and that's the thing is how I was like, well, that looks really enticing, but yeah, I'd need a controller, and I don't have a controller, and do I want to get a controller? I don't know. But I'm glad that it's there. It's there as an option, because it was one of the reasons that I wanted to get a Switch the year that I think it was last Christmas, was for that game, and we ended up not getting it.
So I mean, like you can get it for any platform.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get it for, you know. You guys already have the Wii, and you never play it anymore.
We never play it anymore, no.
I have the Wii, and I never play it anymore.
Yeah.
I still got the Switch.
It's you know, I think we're much more content to fiddle with the dumb things in our pockets, because they don't require as much investment or something. Right. I don't know. We should find some more upbeat way to end the show. So maybe you could tell me about why I wrote on the list the phrase exploding beer.
Why that's not a beat. We had to spend like yesterday evening
I don't know.
cleaning shards of glass out of the travel bag that we went to the wedding over the weekend.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's not fucking upbeat.
I didn't know. All I knew is that I wrote exploding beer, and I thought maybe there was a fun story to that.
No, we were sitting in here watching television, and like the bag was in the other room on one of the chairs in the kitchen, and then we heard a pop, and I went out, and because
that's never good.
I thought something fell or something, and I looked around the kitchen, couldn't see anything.
Yeah,
but then right before bed is when Becky noticed that like the beer, which was the favor from the wedding, had exploded in the bag, or one of the bottles. We had two, and one of them exploded, and it was just all over the bag, and all over the clothes that were in the bag, and all over like the
shit,
and like the toiletries little bag that we had with all her makeup and stuff, and Everything
well,
is covered in fucking beer.
So my mistake. So instead of talking about that, too late. Could you tell me something about this balloon?
Oh, that was from Becky's shower.
Okay, it's a very pretty balloon. It's of a unicorn.
Yes.
Yes. No wings, so it's not a what the hell would that be called?
Pegasorn.
A pegasorn?
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's when a lady's got a strap on and wings.
Oh, hey, you know what? That's a good place to end, Steve. And
Sure.
I think the listeners should applaud us for that by leaving us 5 stars on the Apple Podcast. So,
Yeah, go on the Apple Podcasts. Even if you don't have Apple product, you can go on the fucking website and just if you have an iTunes account or whatever, you could pop on there and give us a 5-star rating.
Absolutely,
If you do have the phone, it makes it a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah.
And then just pop,
phones are not
5-star.
entirely evil.
Yeah, phones are like
You might be listening to this podcast on your phone.
Yeah, I mean, like they are useful for doing things like that, or
Like
having
masturbating in the bathroom.
All right. That, or you could you could listen to your entire music library. In your car, like whatever song you want, you could pick it out. That's a great convenience, and that's why, I'm not gonna just be like fuck phones forever.
No.
And you can listen to shit like a podcast instead of listening to something on the radio that you may or may not actually like.
And let's be honest, you don't like what you're listening to on the radio. You just have it on because that's what you've done your entire life.
I mean, sometimes I'll like listening to the radio. I mean,
Where's my hawk sound?
I listened to fucking Lauren and Wally this morning.
Oh,
a little bit, because I didn't feel like putting the connector into my phone, so I just was flicking, and then I listened to Men from Maine.
Oh,
which is getting real local for you.
Men from Maine, from down east.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
leave
us good. Like we kind of like dribbled, when you've already come too many times. This is what the show has done. We're kind of dribbling out of the end of your dick.
Whose pant leg are we dribbling down?
You're not wearing pants, so